Alright, so we're going to test a new thing here. I have my gimbal set up, and watch it follow me. Want to get a little more into the IRL content today, and I have to be careful not to get too close to my gimbal, because it doesn't like it. It's attempting to face track me, so we'll see how well this goes. The audio quality may be a little iffy. I don't have dedicated mics, and my earbuds here don't exactly sound the best on the gimbal, or on the phone I should say. It sounds like your regular plain old telephone line call. So what we're going to do today is, I don't get a lot into the car content, as you guys have seen, but I am very excited to perform some upgrades to my vehicle. Now, she does need a little bit of love, a new paint job, things like that. But if we go over here, we have ourselves a mount. It is no regular mount. We are going to get one step closer into moving my Jeep into an overlander. Now, here at the team house, it is a bit crowded with 3 folks in here, including me. So we're going to do the best of our abilities. We've got Medium over here with his bike, and I have to be careful not to break my ass on the server rack. So, but we have ourselves a wonderful Starlink mount. Now, I purchased a Starlink Mini dish specifically for this rig, since we plan on taking a trip here soon. Now, while I'm not too happy with the Starlink Unlimited Roam plan, I think it's definitely a good idea to at least do the 50 gigs while we're on the road. We don't plan on being out there for too long, probably just a day or two, 2 at the very most if we're really pushing it. But where we're going, we'll still need work for our main job, and we want to get some extra data from around the area. I plan on setting up my rig with some, what was it just called? Ooh. Yeah, no kidding. She needs some paint. That is... Oh, okay. But we'll be outfitting it with some more devices, and you'll see here. So let's get into it. Let me stop bullshitting, and I'll show you guys what we're getting into today. You can see here, she does definitely need a little bit of love, and I do plan on getting it. It's just fucking expensive. You can see over to the paint chips there. But, yeah, we'll make do with what we got. She's not rusting really in a whole lot of places just yet. And, ooh. Oh, no, that's water. Okay. Come over here. Some of this is starting to come up and does worry me a bit. We'll definitely keep an eye out on that. This is what I'm most worried about. Which I guess we can't always swap the door out. I don't want to. You could probably grind this off. And I've told you can put a little bit of primer on it. So we'll focus on that in a minute. But if we open up this back gate here, and make sure it doesn't hit the garage, here we have a full set. Now, as you can see, I'm missing the center panel, which is going to come back in at another point. I need to replace a few parts on that because the lights are not working anymore. So with that, we'll keep that out of consideration. We'll deal with that later. I have the parts. I just need to get it from the junkyard. Basically replacing the little centerpieces, which, if we come over here, I've been working on a few other things, so you'll see a few different parts. But this is where your mileage and stuff goes. Your mileage, MPG, all that. Your 2 buttons, which I think I connected the wrong way, so I have to fix that. Not a problem. And then you have your center panel here. Jeez, I can't speak. Intake manifold parts. And then you have your glasses that are supposed to go here. Mine is too small, but as you can see, this is that piece that goes right there. I did a little bit of blue neon. Probably don't need to. I might take that out later on, but it's just a little bit of EL wire. But then it's these parts back here. It's in the front. I don't think... Is it still here? Might not be. Oh, yes, it is. So this entire thing kind of comes up, which I found out you can kind of replace the whole thing, this entire chunk on its own. You don't need to get a brand new panel. So I'll probably focus on getting that done here on another time. But for now, we're going to hit Starlink, get that set up, and get this vehicle ready. Now, if we go over here, and where did I put Dishy? Let's see here. There we go. Needs a little bit of silicone. Now, if we Get this out. Carefully take it out. And do this. So we'll need this. This is going to go right there. We got the brake sensor light or box. I'll get some lighting here in a second. Our main dishy, which is a Starlink Mini. Oh, come on. Please. There you go. It is a Starlink Mini which will go on the roof, and it will transmit the Wi-Fi. It's basically an all-in-one, your router modem combo. We'll provide the power here through that outlet, and then this is for an Ethernet jack, which I don't plan on using, at least not at the moment. But this is supposed to be usable for up to 100 miles an hour, and this Jeep can only do 108. So I think we'll be plenty fine, and I don't think, yep, I didn't place anything else in there. So we'll pull that off to the side. So we're going to get started basically getting some lighting in here. We're going to wire up this new outlet, and then we're going to go from there. And then once that's set, we have our center area right there. I've got the radio hooked up with HDMI to a Raspberry Pi. That way we can get a console in, and then what we're actually also going to do is hook up Tailscale. So anywhere we go, we have access to the main network here at home. So let me get set up and let's get to it. Okay, so now it's time to get ready. If we scroll down here, this is the mount. This is the box. I didn't even make it in recycling. It's 3 feet away from me. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to, with the help of my supervisor here, who keeps sniffing the floor. Oi, what are you doing? Hi, can you lay down? Lay down. What is this? Is that it? Okay. Okay, so, let's see, I think, I'm supposed to just go, how? Oh boy, I didn't grab the wrong one, did I? Does it? Maybe I need to read the manual. Supposedly, it's supposed to go in like this, so from the looks of it, that makes sense now. So, wait, how the do I just slide it on then? Oh yeah, would you look at that. Okay. So from the looks of it, what we'll probably have to do first is unscrew this, and then we put this under the roof rack rail, and then we screwed the center part right here on top, and then we slide in, finally, the Starlink dish. I'll probably face this way, that way we can put all the ports and everything out behind us, where then I can route it just right here, like with, this is a reverse, yeah, the backwards dash cam, and then this one I think is our Sirius XM. So let's get into it, and we'll get on the roof. So now that we're up here, realizing that there is a lot more stuff I have to take care of. There's bat paint here, 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 and here. I'll opt in for that another time. So take this off. Oh, pretty easy. Put you right here, and then we probably want to, yep, so we're going to do this. It's probably enough. What we're going to do is we have the thinner bars here. It's all stock. No custom roof rack mounts just yet. Probably want this to still have a clear line of sight. So this can stay right there. Do it right in the middle where, shouldn't have enough, like right here. This is very small actually. So do that. Stick it right here. Then we'll screw that down. More. Probably didn't need to do it this far down since it just comes out the side, but whatever. Screw that down. Ow. And make sure it is secure. And as tight as possible. Make sure. Oh yeah. You know, we probably want, before I even put this on, what I probably want to do is plug it in right here and then slide it on. That way we can take the cable out, because we only have right up here, which is like maybe 1/8 to a 1/6 inch right here. So let me go get the cable real quick, because I completely forgot to grab that. And yeah, we'll get back into it. Okay, and what I've got here, so I opted in for Amazon just because it felt a little cheaper, and it wasn't like I was missing a whole lot. It's not like a battery or anything. First off, we've got the waterproof, which is one thing we definitely need because it's going to be on the road, the gasket plug. So right here, it's got these 2 little fins that's supposed to connect into, which if we just do it like this, I put that down, should fit right in. Yeah, just like that. So it keeps a firm seal on that little plug there, keeping anything out. And then additionally, I saw on the Starlink site that they had a Type-C plug end. So take this off and save that for later. I opted for the cheaper one and the thinner, or smaller one I should say, not thinner. And what we're going to do is, once we wire in that plug down there, we're going to plug it in over Type-C, just like that. And then this should be providing the power to the Starlink, because from the specs it said it should use a maximum of 60 to 70 watts. And while I don't think we'll necessarily hit the maximum, we want to prepare for the worst but hope for the best. So set at idles between 30 and 60 watts. This shouldn't be a problem at all. What I am worried about, however, is I believe this barrel plug here is meant for 12 volts. Let me see here. 12 to 48 volts, which looks like it's maybe PoE capable. Not too sure. Because 48 volts I want to say is usually for PoE. So that's a 12 volt plug. I'm not sure if this Type-C will come to handle that, come to think of it. Yeah, because that's, oh no. Yeah, so PD1 and 2. PD1's probably what we want. 12 volt at 3 amps. I think. Let me check real quick. Yep. So 6 amps max. So that's probably PD1. We probably want it like this. Otherwise, we may need to opt in for a heavier one, which you can probably find for a store. A heavier duty. Because I want to say it was 3.33 amps at 12 volts, if my calculations were correct, which I'm not a mathematician, so don't quote me on that. So, yeah, let's go ahead, plug this in, shim it out, just like that. Knock that off. Oh, I already scratched it, damn it. Oh well. And I'm not a huge fan of that. I feel like it should be facing other way. Let's try that actually. Because what it's going to do is we're going to barrel forward basically, obviously. We're in the back of the vehicle and this is towards the front. This is tilted up just a bit. So to prevent any issues, I think we may want to actually mount it backwards. So what we'll do is I'll go ahead and undo this just to loosen it. And loosen it right here. And we can just undo it. Maybe. There we go. And then we're going to just switch it around. And just to let you know too, this has 2 different ways. We don't have the larger ones because ours is not this big. It's pretty thin. Stock Jeep rack mounts. So it's going to be like this instead of this. So what we mount it like this and then we just bolt it in. And this is pretty convenient just to flip it around. It's pretty quick. So mount it just like this and we'll mount it backwards, where then it should tilt the other way. So, I mean, either which way, it should be fine. It's, I mean, drilled in pretty, not drilled in, but you get the gist. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's just part of the roof rack. Is it? It might be. Let's see. So if we put this in, make sure these are tight, and and we take it like this. What should this look like? Make sure that cable stays in the center there. And where do you plug in? Come on. And center point. Make sure this comes out. And there it is. Okay, yeah, so it does face a little bit more down, which is going to be good. And, ooh, it does move a bit. I think we got it clamped down as tight as we can, though. So, yeah, that theoretically should not be going anywhere. I mean, unless you're going to put a whole lot of weight down. But should be fine, nevertheless. And, yeah, we'll go from here. I mean, it's pretty thin on there. Or thick, right? Can't speak. Now, unfortunately, here's the other thing I worry about. This is a very quick mount, and I do like it, but what's going to stop someone from stealing this dish? Because this entire thing in and of itself is probably $450 without the cable and everything. Maybe just $400. Because not only is this the modem, like I said, this connects to Starlink, but this also provides the Wi-Fi and the rest of the networking capabilities. So, I know you can tie it to your account and they can't do anything without, you know, your consent, basically. But regardless, you're going to be out $400. So, I guess we see what happens. I may need to research if there's a case or something. Either that or another project. One of the other reasons I want this in is if we can set up our own car alarm system, because I'm not fond of drone mobile. So I guess we see what happens, and yeah, I'll have to do a little bit more research and see what viable options we have. So let's throw this cable in the cabin, go ahead, wire up that cigarette plug, and get into the nitty gritty. Have our wonderful supervisor with us. Come here. Hi. Okay, so I ran it from under here where the tailgate kind of closes in. It should be fine. We have a pretty good gap there. And then we're going to run this down. I think we'll probably take this plate off, which is going to be a bitch. I think I snap these things every time I fucking pull them off. It pisses me off. We'll run this down, and I'm thinking, because we took this off, you guys can probably see this is not stock. Not my proudest achievement. It's got some definite issues. I can see one right here, but better than the entire thing falling down. So regardless though, what we're going to be doing is the cable is going to come out here, and we're going to probably wire in that plug either in the door, which I'm pretty fond of because you can just take out the door and take everything with it, or put it like right here. The only thing we'll have to worry about is the spare tire, which I haven't been keeping in here, mostly for the spark driving, but I haven't been doing that recently, so I'm not too concerned. I do want to eventually get a tailgate or something essentially to hold it in on the back, because I'm not fond of the tire being in the cabin like that. But regardless, I think what we'll do is we'll put it in the door panel, wherever I put that door panel. Oh, great. It's going to be something else I find. I don't know why I'm losing everything today. But we'll probably put that plug in the panel here. This one, which, I mean, I just got from my local O'Reilly's. And, yeah, it operates like a regular cigarette plug. And the other thing we want to also keep in mind is plug it into ignition only, not the constant 12 volt. This is going to be quite a bit of power that's going to drain the battery along with everything else, because there's a few things I do plan on keeping in. And if you guys, oh, wrong one. If you guys see it from here, it's not letting me zoom in. We've got our dash cam there, which I do want on 24/7. God forbid I get hit while I'm parked. And then our radar detection system right there. For other matters, that can stay on ignition, but the dash cam we do want to look into the future on looking on always on battery. And we'll probably do like a marine deep cycle. That's another thing I do want to do with this Jeep. Kind of making it like an overlander that I can rely on when I'm on the road, especially for work purposes. So yeah, let's get the tools going and let's figure out exactly how are we going to install this. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take out this mount right here, which, how far? There you go. Okay, so we got a screw right here, and then there's a screw over here, which it's not going to be able to show. But we're going to take this out, take it down, and then keep all these wires in place, which probably want to use the Velcro here. We're going to wrap it around, kind of keep things clean. And then we're going to run it down here along this side panel here. I forget what you call them, the columns. And then we'll put it out just right here where this little sliver is, where it connects to the rest of the body. I think that's probably going to be our best bet, where we can unplug it and plug it back in. Like if we need to reboot it for whatever reason, it's not responding. Let me be clear here. This is not official. I am modifying my vehicle in a way that I see fit. I want to keep it clean and as professional as possible. I don't condone that you should do this, not without understanding what you're going into. Fortunately, these Grand Cherokees, I mean, it's a fucking wonderful vehicle. I'm not going to say it's a shitbox or anything. Unfortunately, I haven't had the money to keep up a lot of it, as you can see on the paint. But regardless, I've taken this with me up and down between California, Nevada, all sort of places, like 3 or 4 different times. I put like 10k miles on it in a couple of years, so yeah, I think she should be fit for a on the road event like this, where we need to access the internet, especially since I work from home. I'm going to need the internet as I go along, so I think this is definitely something good to get into. Hence why I think it's definitely, there's a lot of needs for a Starlink in here. So let's go ahead, we'll take this one out. So hopefully I don't break this. I think I need to get into a center light right here. Let's not lose screws again. And right here. Now, should come out pretty easily. Now luckily, everything on the engine should be good. You guys probably saw some of those shorts and videos I made. I had to change out that pulley last summer, that crankshaft pulley. And that was fine and dandy. I mean, I got it done and over with. It was a bit of a pain in the ass. I did have to order some special tools. This snaps out, just like that. Yep, good condition. Now, come up here. You can't come up there. Okay. Yep, that's right. There's 2 Phillips screws. Now, luckily, when it came to the crankshaft pulley, why are you tracking my body, you dummy? Stop that. Hey, eyes up here. Thank you. Thank you. Now, the crankshaft pulley wasn't too hard. It required some special tools, and that wasn't huge. I had the impact wrench and everything already. And for those who are doing it, the crankshaft pulley, when you have to tighten it, you may turn that crank, which for the most part won't be a huge deal if you just turn it a little bit the wrong way. What I read up on, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. I want to make sure I'm factual here. What I read up on is that it only potentially damages like the water pump and stuff, and that's when you're really like cranking it backwards. Otherwise, it shouldn't be a huge deal. Because that's one thing I did worry. I actually cranked it backwards, I think an inch or 2, and I was like, oh fuck, did I just, break my engine? Luckily, no. However, okay, that didn't hold. Fuck me. Now, this part, let me see. Doesn't feel right. Where is... Okay, I think I see it. There's 2 here. And none here. Okay. Fuck. Do I don't think I do. Damn it. No, that's not what we need. Okay. No, fuck it. This piece is already broken. If I need to go get a new one from the junkyard, I'll do it. No. It actually came out. Would you look at that? 2 of them came out. Okay, cool. So now we'll disconnect this. Basically, this is one big piece for the backlight. I know this is on backwards. It's being weird. This is another piece I do need to replace anyways, because this entire center part is coming up, as you can see. I mean, most of this is pretty old, brittle plastic, and I would like to get newly manufactured ones, kind of keep the durability going. I don't think that's possible unless you get like a really big ass 3D printer. I'm not saying that you have everything in place. I don't think these vents are necessarily needed. I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on it. Probably best to keep them anyways, just in case. So theoretically, I guess you could reverse engineer it as a pretty basic. Would you stop looking at my crotch, you dirty camera? I don't know what it is with DJI's gimbals, but it keeps wanting to look at my crotch, and that's fucking weird. Okay. Now this one, we should be lucky with, I think. Yep, it just pops out. So, ooh, should probably be cleaned up. So it's literally just two little prongs. And then what we're going to do is this comes down with the thing here. That should probably be fixed. So, and that goes to that. So what we'll do is I'll line it up with this piece of tape. Hopefully this still works. And this piece of tape. This one. And then... Why are you over there? What the fuck? I'm sorry, folks. I'm not sure what the hell is going on with the tracking system. Are you going to hold? Thank you. That is a cursed face. Okay. So, I'm going to have to keep an eye on the tracker. I'm sorry about that. Probably keep that in post because I think that's pretty funny. But we're going to run this down here. Yes, keep your eyes on me. Probably figure out how we want to avoid these two parts because this is where it clips in. And then from there, actually, I wonder, here's a Type-C line. What if we run it down? Can we run it down? So let's straighten it out. Try and keep the cable as straight as possible. And keep your eyes on me. Eyes on me. Thank you. Come on. Ooh, where is it? Where is it? There it is. I see it. No, I feel it. I don't know why I see. Okay, so good news. I can pull it out from the bottom. I don't know. Well, yeah, it should be fine. So I think this will probably be better, actually. What we're going to do, we'll keep the cable like this, and what it's going to do is it's going to run down. Follow me. Follow me. Thank you. And what we're actually going to do is we'll run under and out. And this should keep a lot of the wires to the minimum. Nothing should hook on if I throw groceries in the back in here and all that. Or if I throw like a mattress or something back here. We should be fine for the most part. And like I said, the biggest ordeal is going to be this section here. Now what you're looking at is the brake lamp outage sensor. I don't know what it's officially called, but essentially what this does is it checks the circuit on both the brake lamps, and I believe the turn signal is back here too. I'm not sure if it's the same circuit, but essentially what it does is the onboard VIC up there, which I don't have equipped, I have to resolder it because there's problems. The onboard VIC will essentially let you know if there's a bulb that's gone out on your brake lights. And then from there, you can, basically it prevents you from being pulled over because you have a brake lamp out. You're aware of it. And it's a very helpful feature, and I've said this to a lot of my friends before. For a 96 Grand Cherokee, it's pretty fucking advanced. Maybe I'm just not aware of everything we had back then. I mean, I'm a 2003 kid. But I don't know, it's a pretty stunning vehicle, honestly, for 96. So let's figure out an ignition on, go look at some schematic mappings, and then from there, what we'll do is we'll tap into that. We'll probably, let's see here actually. So this is the other reason why I got this one, is it screws in. You put in one side and then you screw in the other, and it should stick in. See if tiny scissors. There we go. And okay, so yeah, this is what I was talking about. So this screws off. What you do, well, you put the metal gasket on, or the washer, I should say. Okay, so the metal washer goes behind, and the notch goes in front with. Okay, so easy enough. And so what we're going to want is to undo this. We're probably going to want to trim down a lot of this wire unless we need to go down there, which I don't think we will. I don't know that there's much down. Do this. And we have to also be aware too, which is why is black so shorter? We have a bunch of red, but little black. So I guess this will be good enough. Hopefully. I mean, there's quite a few wires back here. We should be fine. But one, we want to make sure it's not always on because we'll drain the battery. Two, we want to make sure it's not tied into the lights. One, it's going to draw power from the light, so it's going to be a problem. It's essentially going to create a brake lamp failure issue, which we don't want, obviously, for safety reasons. But three, we want to make sure, obviously, when the headlights switch on and off, it's not killing the Starlink. We want this always on so long as the engine is on, which is ignition. So we're going to go check the official schematics real quick. I want to make sure we're accurate here before we start tapping in and cutting wires. And then third, we're going to need the clamper things. Well, probably do. I don't think I have anything to branch it out or tree it out, however you want to put it. So what I'll probably do is I have clamps for like speaker plugs. I'll connect the cable, and then with both the red and the black cable, we'll span it out too, at least until I can find something a little bit better. It should be fine. I mean, it's not going to get jostled a huge bunch. I'm not full sending it off fucking rocks and whatever, but I think that'll be our best bet. And then from there we'll move on and test it. And I'm thinking too, it's at 3 amps maximum with our little plug here. This supports up to 3 amps. This one supports up to 15 amps. We'll have to keep in mind the fuses on board too, on passenger, which are up there. I think that ties to back here. It's a 0.33 amp difference if we really max it out. I don't think we'll ever get there. I don't think we'll have a problem if we do. It might be a power spike and that's it. So, we should be fine, I'm hoping. So, let's stop bitching and let's get into it. Okay, so according to this documentation here for the ZJ 1996 Grand Cherokee 4-liter, there is 2 lamp outage module plugs. The thinner one, connector C316, I guess we'll be able to identify it when we look at it. I mean, the plugs look different on here, but they're not labeled differently. It's really weird. This specifically, manual all killer something, ZJ 1996 PDF. This is at page 865. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, oh no, these are Phillips. We're going to go ahead and pull out the brake lamp module. I'm just going to go ahead and inspect. Let's see here. Do I have... Okay, so I should just be able to take this screw out. That's really nice. And... And put that right there. Take this out. And okay, that's our Type C cable. It's going to be cleaned up a bit. I'm not sure what the hell happened to it. And pull you out. Okay, so this is the bigger plug one, which, yeah, I'm not sure. Must be this one then. 'Cause this one has the tab. So this is... Or is this telling me the plug? Let me see here. This one... Okay. I think we need that, so... If we do... I see. Okay, so this is the bottom C316, since this is a male plug and this is the female plug. So, to my understanding, you should actually be able to splice these in, and this is more of an attachment. Because not all Grand Cherokees are equipped with the lamp outage model domestic 5604217. So, essentially it's the same thing, it just monitors the circuits, to my understanding. So, what we'll go ahead and do then, line 10 on here is not in use. Ow. Okay, that's weird. Line 10 is fused ignition switch output start/run. So if we're looking at it like this, this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 should be right here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is stick a probe in there. Not too far. I don't want to ruin this. I just want it to stick in there enough. Hopefully. Yeah, it should be good. Oh, maybe not. I don't want to, like, yeah, I just saw a thing on, like, not doing this specific thing. I like not to do that. What if we put it back here? Because these look to be encased in metal. So we'll stick that one in the back. And then where is our ground? Do we have a ground? Okay, that's going to be 9. Maybe? Okay, on the other plug, 9 is indicated as ground. But on the first one, it's indicated as the rear lamp out indicator driver. Okay. Well then, I guess we'll say fuck it. It's a little weird. And currently, we're getting 0 volts. So, let me go find the keys. I'm going to not start the car because garage is fucking closed. I'm going to go turn on the ignition, not get it started, all that. I'm going to come back to this, and we're going to make sure this is reading 12 volts. If it is, we have a tap to hit. We can use this. Otherwise, we'll have to move on and find a new plug. Okay, ignition is in, and I'm not seeing a damn thing. Ow, that is the hitch. Okay, so then, not the ground, is it? Let me just double check. What if we do this? It's reading something. 0.5 volts. I don't think is it. If we do this, nothing. No. Oh? This might be it, actually. What is 987? Stop lamp switch output, which neither of these are on. I don't think they're on. Headlamp shouldn't be on since the engine isn't started. 9, 8. Or, this is 8. This is 8. Same thing. Okay, well. Let's plug... Oh, radar's offline. Let's put the Shadow Lilo too. Yeah, we're reading 11.78 volts, which is adequate. Okay, thank you. Let me go turn off the ignition. We'll verify this. 11.78 volts. Ignition off. And we get 0. Okay, perfect. So, and I'm not reading a negative, so that tells me these are the proper bulb ports. So 10 and 8, which should be adequate. Okay. So now, I wonder, what's in here? I know it's a fairly basic circuit, as all car things should be. We don't need overly complex fucking GPS nanny systems. Now, I'm hoping these are also not used for the VIC to indicate that a stop lamp is out, or brake lamp, however you want to call it. This board does look to be in good condition, so I'm not going to be, don't need to replace it or anything. So, we'll do this. We should have the right circuits. Everything checks out. I'll pop this back into place. And goes in like this. Oh, there's one on the end. I forgot about that one. So, that's all fine and dandy. I mean, it just needs a little bit of cleaning. And let's see. What we'll probably want to do is pull back, tape a bit here. There we go. Line this back. And let's see. Okay, so what we want is this pink cable and this all the brown cable. So beige and pink and beige and brown is what we want. And let's see here, as these go into our probes. And so we'll do the first one. Like I said, we'll cut in the middle, and then I'll go get one of the clamps down, make sure we're good there, and then we'll wire this in with the positive side, which I'll probably trim this down quite a bit, and take care of that. So let me go get that stuff. Okay, and let's see here. I'm going to do the positive. How long is it? So in my phenomenal retardation, I just realized I probably should have cut the hole first. I can't detach these cables until you have to put the thing in and then screw it in and then wire it in, not wire it. Yeah, I have to restart that first wire. Fuck. Okay, so what we're going to do is probably put it like right here. We have the most amount of room right in this corner. So I'm going to trace out a line, and then we should be good from there. So after a little bit of time and killing the battery and the light, and battery in my Dremel, finally got it. And she's not bad. Definitely hides the cuts, which I like. I don't need to polish them a whole lot. I did polish them a little bit just to make sure there are no hard edges sticking out, but that's what it's going to look like. Sitting in there, I'd say that's pretty fucking clean. Relatively tight, so even without that little thing on the back, it's not going anywhere. So, comes right up. Yeah, and it's not coming out at all, and this is a pretty fucking solid spring. I need to stop using fuck so much. plastic all over me. So, should be able to just doot, just like that. It'll stick in and then allows 2 others on top of the Starlink to use this power. So this will be pretty nice. And then we took out the old clamp. I probably shouldn't have been able to pull it out, but I think we'll be fine. So now it is time to actually wire it up after we put on the little washer here. And voila. So just like that, she's on, she's tight in there, and she is not going anywhere. So let's go ahead, polish this up, and actually get down to rewiring the business. So I probably need a better light here soon, or to recharge that one. So let's hurry this up and get started. Right. Okay, so now she should be connected, and what we're going to go ahead and do, I'm going to leave this out just like this, and then I'm going to go turn on the ignition, like I said, not the engine, and then I'm going to go see if this power starts. Okay, and here we go. Oh, radar went off. So let's see here, I've got a spare cable, and I'm just going to do doot right into there. Don't see a light, and nothing on the dash. Let's see what this does. I'll charge the battery. I'll charge my phone. It will not. Okay. So everything connected. They have to be on this. Ah, yes, they do. Oh, I know. He's grumping at me. Okay, so good news. It does work. I didn't realize this glows. So now we can go ahead, throw that back in, and throw it back. Okay. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead, we'll probably pack. Yeah, that'll probably be best. Put the box back in, sensor box. And I mean, really, worst case, if the Starlink doesn't work, I can always find another outlet. But I mean, I've always wanted to put a thing back here, one of these plugs, because it's kind of missing. I mean, I could use it for a lot of other things. There's folks in the back seat that could use it. I mean, might need a bit of a longer cable, but it do be like that. Better than nothing, right? So that, or I mean, I could use it to charge my Mac and stuff on the go. All sorts of things, really. So what I'm going to do, screw it in just a little. Actually, wait, no, I shouldn't. That's what I should do. I'm going to unscrew it because I'm dumb. And I'm going to go ahead. So, okay. Ooh, and they're color coded. So red to blue, blue to red. Okay, that's in. And that's in. Now, the only thing we'll need to keep in mind is to make sure, I mean, obviously not the yank on the door, but also that, I mean, really, basically it comes down to that. Don't yank on the door and just be careful taking this out, because otherwise we're going to take the tower with it, and we don't want to do that. And yes, I could have chosen a different spot, but I honestly think this is best. We can remove it, we can modify the circuit how we see, and we don't need to pull out a bunch of crap to do so. So, I mean, it's a fairly simple item, device, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. Let's plug this back in here. And what we're going to do now is, okay, got a little bit of room back there, so we'll push this in, push it in, and come on, just like that. Okay. Finally, plug it in. Plug it to the top one. Okay, it's blinking, which is weird. I didn't know this did that. So now let's check on our phone. And I need to charge the portable lights again, because I killed it doing this, which is fine. So, let's go take a look. Why not? Made a bit of a big mess here. There's the charger. Starlink kind of hides right in there. We can push it up a bit. And pulled up that diagram, which I'll be sure to link you all in the description. I thought that was a star bit we had to take off, so I pulled up my star bits. Whatever, it's fine. And if we put down the trailer hitch, or not the trailer hitch, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you guys can see. Okay. And then the Starlink should be coming online. Let me see. See all. And I'm not seeing it just yet. There's nothing. Let's see. This box. Let's go check on the roof. Maybe there's an indicator light I can see. Probably have to take it off again. And yeah, no indicator light. I'm not seeing one at least. Is it fully plugged in? Oh no, it's not. Okay. Well, let's try that. And let's see how that goes. And let's see here. Starlink, Starlink, Starlink. Guess we need to head out. So, looks like for now it was a bust. I'll probably make a part 2 to this because there's quite a bit of content to already go through. I tried to use a couple different things. I even went to the local automotive store. I don't know what server is spinning up. And I bought one of the cheaper ends. It says 300 max peak power, but 150 continuous. How true that is, I'm not sure. I did just try and use the stock Starlink plug-in adapter. That didn't work. And you might be asking too, why are you not using the official Starlink mount? Well, not the mount. We have the official mount, but the official Starlink car adapter and the wires and all that. And part of that is because I'm not sure on the demand of how long it's going to take to ship. Not to mention the car adapter alone is like 50 bucks. I'm hoping that comes with the cable, but I kind of need this here soon. We're due to go on the trip here soon. We can't necessarily move it. So it's to help another friend out here. We're going to need the internet to work, and if we don't, we get dinged for it. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out, see where it goes from there. I'm not too worried. I ordered a Amazon one. We'll see how well that does, and it looks like it'll come by tomorrow, which I'm surprised. Props to the Amazon driver who does end up coming, since it looks like it'll be on New Year's Eve. So we'll see how well that goes. I'm hoping I can have it up by tomorrow, and we'll be wheels up by tomorrow. It's going to be another week until... Oh, shit. I have a dent in the fucking body. God damn it. I'm hoping to be wheels up, basically, within next week. And then from there, we can move on and make changes without being rushed. But the Starlink dish is stable. If we close it here... server rack. And there's a couple of things I did learn. I'll just give you guys a quick note before we leave. So this first part here, where you have this little divot, as you can see, that will be where your status light is. If that's not lit up, essentially it means your Starlink is not functioning. And then second, I was curious about this little cycle button here. Pressing down on it, it's actually a real button. And I was kind of surprised, because usually I have little holes or whatever. But no, it's bendable plastic, and you can kind of hear, I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but it's actual button in there. So that's how to reset it. And I did research a little bit too on how to actually secure it. There is other car mounts out there I might actually check out. We'll see how well that goes. You guys can see all the shit we're trying to move. I'm going to see if maybe those car mounts are a little more secure. And it's not necessarily that I'm worried about them activating on their account. Once a Starlink is taken, and you don't have the original account owner's credentials, it becomes null and void, and it can't be used, literally. You have to give it up on your account before, oh, okay, I guess we're just going to do that. Reuse? Okay, the gimbal's going to be retarded again. But essentially, once they take it, it's no longer usable. So it's besides the point, because if you're in a really bad part of the city, it's going to happen either way. Someone's going to see, ooh, pricey thing, I can resell this on Facebook Marketplace for a half price, you know, and then probably use the money for crack. Yeah, so it's one of those things I'd rather not have it happen in the first place. And the other option would be to put it here in the back glass, but I don't want to block my back window. I already have my dash cam back here. I need to be able to see out my back window to see who's behind me, obviously. And while yes, I could use my mirrors, I don't want to be the semi. I want to have full visibility 360. So we'll see what happens. The other viable alternative is I'm wondering if I have enough clearance between the body, the roof, and the foam thing. I forget what the fuck you call it, but it might reduce the speeds, and I'm wondering how much, because it might be negligible, where I can just mount it inside the vehicle and then hide it with the roof. And then from there I can just plug in Ethernet. I don't even have to worry about waterproofing anything. So we'll see what happens. But for now, I'm going to call it quits for the night. Go chill, calm down. I've been feeling like shit the past couple of days, so this is a little out of here. And yeah, literally right before I came home from the car shop, or the car, yeah, we'll call it that, car shop. We got shit on with hail and snow, sleet. It's been very warm and wet here, not fun. So yeah, I'm gonna call a video out here, and tally ho, retards. I'll see you on part 2.